I've at that point in the summer season where I want to feel cozy but still look put together, and quince has been my secret weapon. They're pieces of the definition of elevated essentials. Think soft cashmere sweaters, breathable cotton knits, washable silk tops, and denim that actually fits. Well, those are all sort of like fall coded. I'm still on my linen. I'm on my linen shorts.
Me
I'm on
too.
my linen pants.
Me
This is what I'm
too.
feeling for this heat. We are in debilitating heat right now, and my quince linen
Yeah.
is saving the day.
But you also look put together.
Oh, I look great. People do ask where it's from, and I think I've said this on a Quince ad before, and when I say they're from Quince, I usually get the response, oh, duh. It's like, yeah, they listen. They know.
And you say, guys, it's less than half of what I've paid for similar items elsewhere with no sacrifice in quality.
That's exactly
because
what I
Quince
say.
makes luxury accessible by working directly with top factories and cutting out the middlemen. You get timeless, well-crafted pieces made with premium materials without the luxury markup. And everything is produced ethically and responsibly so you can feel good about what you're wearing. And every purchase that elevates your fall wardrobe, you know, or still on summer. I just feel like in New York, we're still on summer. You're elevating your summer wardrobe into fall. And you are getting those essentials. Go to quince.com/who for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/who to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/who.
You will dream it.
They want to know.
Hey,
Mia.
hey,
Mia.
hey. I want to be famous.
Welcome to Who Weekly, the podcast where you'll learn everything you need to know about the celebrities you don't. I'm Bobby Finger,
I'm Lindsay Weber.
and here's a tweet from E! News. Helen Mirren says tomatoes are bisexual. I didn't know that. So I feel like this is something you announce in pride, but here's what she actually said. Listen, she said this on Jimmy Fallon alongside Pierce Brosnan.
A tomato is a bisexual thing, you see. Well, it is.
Ventured into this now, Jimmy. Take it away.
I looked it up very
really?
recently because I had a problem with my tomatoes.
Oh,
So
and so you
it's
do that?
bisexual. So you have to go around to each tomato,
Okay, tell
each flower, and go like this.
Yes, I got you. I understand. Yes, I understand. Each one.
She's talking about the pollination process.
Tomatoes are bisexual, Jimmy. And Jimmy's like,
And Pierce is like, oh boy, here we go again with Dame Helen talking about bisexual tomatoes.
what are they promoting? Their movie?
The
a
Thursday Murder Club.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. He was just in a show called Mobland that my dad can't stop talking about. So I'm not really sure like what's going on.
The Thursday Murder Club books are so good, and the movie looks so good.
I don't read them, but I love a movie with old people, as so do you. That's kind of your genre.
Oh, the fifth one comes out, I think, in a couple of weeks. It's
The
called The
book?
Impossible Fortune. Yeah, there are 4 of them already, and the 5th one comes out, like, I think next month.
So Helen Mirren, obviously of them, going on Jimmy Kimmel and saying tomatoes are bisexual is hooey. Because you're like, I'm not hearing a dame say the word bisexual and not going crazy. Now you can do that thing where you splice up her voice with other things and she can say like, bisexuals are everywhere or something. Like, you can, and then you can put that on the internet and be like, Helen Mirren says bisexuals are everywhere.
Bisexual people are definitely everywhere.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I know what you mean. It's a funny way to mean it.
I know, but it's just it's funny to add a word to the lexicon, the public facing lexicon of a celebrity's archive. Like the way that like, okay, so like I want Helen Mirren, I want to put together some weird propaganda where Helen Mirren is saying something she actually didn't say. I only have a certain amount of words that she said in her
Yeah.
public facing
Yeah.
life, but now we've added the word a bisexual.
Although I'm sort of like, Helen Mirren's definitely said bisexual many, many times. An iconically sex-positive woman.
Yeah, but not necessarily in public.
Maybe, not necessarily. Sometimes Jimmy Fallon does have a value, which is a hard thing to admit.
That's like the nicest thing you've ever said about Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
Sometimes Jimmy Fallon does have value. But he did that thing where he had the same response to her saying bisexuals he did to like Tate McRae saying that she's started playing basketball.
He has to clap laugh. He can't
Yeah.
believe it. Everything
Sorry,
makes
didn't
him
mean to-
clap laugh and sort of like lean
Everything.
forward.
And I'm like, I think Helen Mirren deserves more than that of a reaction to her saying bisexual than what you might give to Tate McRae for saying she plays basketball.
But if your job is late night talk show host, you have to be as impressed with Tate McRae playing basketball as you are with Helen Mirren saying that she pollinates her bisexual tomatoes by hand.
It's so true.
You have to treat everything with equal weight, which is probably why
Unfair.
the job is so miserable. You know?
And now we feel empathy for Jimmy Fallon. That's how far we've come, where we're like empathizing with the man.
Let's take some calls because you're listening to Who's There, a weekly call-in show where you take your questions, comments, and concerns at 619 Who Them.
Okay, I don't know if it's louder in here to message it, but I'm calling with workout because you're talking about Tyler, the Creator, not knowing if he's a who or them. I don't know if this would qualify in either way. You guys are the experts. But I teach 6th grade in Oklahoma. And my students know who Tyler, the Creator is and like his music. So they also, like, love Frank Ocean. They love, like, all those musicians that were really popular in the 2010s, I feel like, that or got popular then. And that maybe haven't really, I don't know, like haven't ever seen like mainstream radio, but we're still popular. I don't know how they know about them. I guess TikTok, but Tyler, the Creator, like they talk about him all the time. So 11 and 12-year-olds in the middle of America know about Tyler, the Creator. Alrighty. Well, anywho, I gotta go to bed. French, bye.
Hey, much love, but you are wrong about Tyler, the Creator, and that is okay because you are millennials. And as am I. I'm a cusper. I just happen to know that the Gen Z, Gen Alpha, Tyler, the Creator is a god, perhaps. Definitely a them, definitely not a who. I'm sorry, this is just millennial blinders. But good for him, Bella Thorne.
I just thought he was like a millennial fixture because he was, to me, a millennial. You know?
And you're saying we deemed him who because of just being a millennial fixture and not across all generations. Here's the issue with this whole thing is that over a certain point, youth culture is culture. So it's like you do need to disregard the fact that sure, a boomer doesn't know who Tyler, the Creator is. And I'm like, that's okay. He's still a them. And that has to happen some of the time or else we'd kind of be stuck with no thems, no new thems, no one even upcoming, you know? I know that Gen Z is like obsessed with him, but I just thought that like the older people might not be obsessed with him. But then I'm kind of like, who cares? Now I'm saying like, yeah, totally. He is a them. He is headlining Coachella. He is youth culture. And he's kind of like not only his own themdom, he's creating themdoms under him or whodoms under him. Like he creates the culture in that he does. And I think the other thing that got us off track, which is accurate, we've used it for other celebrities, is that he does so much stuff. But then we're saying he does so much iconic stuff, successful stuff.
What trailer was he just in?
Marty Supreme. Alongside Kevin O'Leary.
Yeah, with his non-stage name, Tyler Okonma.
Yeah, which I always do a double take because I do know it. But then I'm kind of like, who? And then I saw him and I was like, it's the Creator.
Yeah.
But good for him for not doing Lady Gaga shit. He should use his name.
I know. It's funny. We always thought that Lady Gaga would go by Stephanie. A$AP Rocky is A$AP Rocky in highest to lowest. He is not, what is his real name? Rakim? He's not Rakim.
Yeah. Right. I like when they use their real names because I want to have to see them outside the context. And I think for most people other than Lady Gaga, that actually works the best is to see them outside the context of their music career,
Dwayne
you know?
Johnson.
Yeah. Sure.
You know?
Sure. Okay.
Anyways, he's a them. Let's go on to a who.
Hi, Lindsay Bobby Tibby. Long time. You're probably getting a lot of calls about this, but Marty Supreme, what the hell is this casting? I'm especially confused about Kevin O'Leary. Maybe that's just the Canadian in me. I don't know, but it's just like the weirdest casting ever, and I want you to discuss, please. Okay, women belong in blues if they so choose.
Did I hear a boat in that? Are you Canadian? Is that why? I feel like the Canadians are truly lining up to be like, not this guy, because you gave us him. And for a while before Trump was president, people were calling Kevin O'Leary kind of the Canadian Trump, which I do understand. And there's something a little creepy about this. And forgive me if this is like triggering for you. I think that this movie is like what Trump would have wanted to do if he could. Like, this is what he'd prefer to be doing.
Oh, I agree.
Do you know what I mean? Like, this is what he was on his way to or something.
This is why he was in Home Alone 2.
Exactly. Truly. And I do think the Softie Bros would have given him a role in a Softie movie if he hadn't detoured to president, you know, and been such a turd.
Yeah, of course they would have.
But there's something if Kevin O'Leary
and he's
is
a New
the Trump
York guy
of Canada. Yeah, and like, but if Kevin O'Leary is the Trump of Canada, then I feel like Trump himself totally would have gone this playbook where he would have been cast in more movies as either himself or whatever, and people and like would have been a figure of cultural fascination as just kind of like rich guy and without any sort of political pulling would have been fine living his life and almost happier. No, 100% happier.
And probably all of his like crimes and misdeeds would have gone underreported or perhaps unreported.
Sure, as we will detail about Kevin O'Leary too, because we're kind of lolling at the personality play, which is so strong and strong enough that the Softy Bros, who famously love to cast a regular person in a role in movies and just kind of direct them into being good, which I think they're really, really good at. This is what they're doing with him. They wanted a rich, powerful guy. And I bet they said, we want the Kevin O'Leary vibe. And then someone said, let's just hire Kevin O'Leary. Let's just get him in here. Can he act? And the answer is like, probably not, but with the right director and the right direction, sure, convincing.
Look what they did for fucking Julia Fox.
Oh, trust me. They turned her into an actress. Sorry.
Yeah.
They did. She went from being like a cool girly to a full actress because of them.
And they're also maybe partially responsible for us getting... God, what was the horrible movie / album that he just released? Abel, The Weeknd? Hurry Up Tomorrow?
Oh, God.
They put him in Uncut Gems in 2019.
Right, and playing himself. And then he was like, I'm an actor, I guess.
This rocks. And everyone was like, no.
Diva, no, you have a beautiful voice. Stop.
No.
But in this case, Kevin O'Leary, we can't really be like, no, stop, go back to Shark Tank, because like that's not really the same kind of pull. Although I do think he's very good on Shark Tank. Like I do think
Yeah, well, he's like a craven businessman. Of course he's good on Shark Tank.
But I think he really plays that role well. Like he has a lot of catchphrases, and that's not all of them can say that.
Is this his first role where he's not playing himself? Yes, it is.
Yeah, look at the IMDb.
Oh, there it is, yes.
He's playing himself in everything else, like as a cameo. You know?
Because he's one of those guys, like the fact that he was on Grace and Frankie is perfect, because this is a guy who exists on like conservative boomer television only, you know? He's a talking head on Fox News basically every day.
Am I right to misremember? I feel like I'm having a Mandela effect. He doesn't have hair. That's fake hair, right?
Oh, that's fake hair, yeah. That's
okay, because he's bald on Shark Tank. That's what I thought. I was like, there's something off, and it's the hair. They gave him hair for a ping pong movie, which is where Timothée Chalamet plays a real ping pong player, but it's a fake story about that ping pong player.
It's a fictionalized movie about a real person named Milton Rockwell.
Oh my God, and Kevin O'Leary plays Gwyneth Paltrow's like husband. Does that mean just to kiss him? Ooh, yikes for her.
I'm sure Gwyneth had in her contract, I will not be kissing Kevin O'Leary. I wouldn't. That's definitely. That's going to be in the second printing of the Gwyneth biography.
That's what I'm saying. You know who else is in this movie? Penn Jillette. Like Penn and Teller.
Remember when Penn Jillette used to show up in everything?
Yeah, I kind of miss it, and I think
you
he has
throw a rock at a screen without hitting Penn Jillette.
I think he has the riz to be in movie, for sure.
Yeah, I think Teller does too.
So, of course, in classic Kevin O'Leary way, when this trailer drops, he immediately goes on TMZ Live. Like, he's like...
Psychopath.
Yeah, truly. Like, he was just like, okay, well, my first order of business will be talking to Harvey Levin live on TMZ on Twitter or whatever.
This is Prattian. This is Spencer Prattian, what he's doing here.
Sure. Yes, there's an element of that. But if
I
Spencer
will call
Pratt was
you
this
up.
rich, I think he would be less aggressively doing this, because I think that's his end goal, you know?
Yeah, sure. But he loves to promote a project on TMZ and call people up directly so that he can be the primary source of like all news involving himself.
They said, look, we're looking for a real asshole, and you're it. And that was... This is how we started, and this is where we ended up.
They wanted a real asshole, and you're it. I do appreciate the ability for a director to cast literally the inspiration for the character versus casting an actor. That's like a very rare ability, and only one director's kind of doing that at any time. And right now it's the Safdie brothers, but right now just Josh.
Yeah. Did they have a falling out, or are they just not really working together? It's not because of falling out,
I think it's kind of like
it?
the Coens, you know? I think they're taking a break from working as a duo. They gave some funny quote where they were like, we got in a fight over like something like a joking quote, like stop asking us, basically. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You know? But as everyone who I'm sure will point out, like Kevin O'Leary totally sucks. Didn't his wife hit somebody with a boat and kill them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the craziest thing ever.
Did.
That's the craziest thing.
She was put on trial, and I think people thought she was drunk. She was charged with careless operation of a vessel under the Canada Shipping Act and was found not guilty.
He was on the boat, though, right?
Kevin was on the boat.
Yeah, I fucking thought so.
Yeah, this happened in 2019. Once she was found not guilty of all that, it kind of went away. We forgot about that, but not us. Not us,
me.
bitch.
I never forget about it. I always think Kevin O'Leary, vehicular manslaughter.
He's not a shitty guy because his wife killed someone with the boat or was responsible for someone's death because
That's true,
of a
but
boat.
it just opens the door. He's a shitty guy because he's a shitty guy. He's like full MAGA. He's like going on every panel and being like, "What are you guys talking about today?" Yeah, well, I agree.
Essentially, he always goes on Fox News and says, "From my business perspective, what Trump did is cool." And everyone's like, "Are you sure about that, Kevin?" And he's like, "I am."
Yeah, as a shit-eating entrepreneur, I agree with that or whatever.
Let's move on.
Anyways, he sucks. Let's move on.
Hi, Lindsay, Bobby, Timmy. Long time. I'm calling because I got an ad for a Netflix movie called The Wrong Paris, and it highlights Miranda Cosgrove and Pierson Fodé. One, is Miranda Cosgrove a hooer then? And two, do you think that who is this other person? Who is Pierson Fodé? And significantly more of a who, yes? But the ad highlighted him like he was equally a who. So I'm calling to see if you could explain to me who that is and if I should care about him as much as I care about Miranda Cosgrove. Thank you so much. Women do belong in balloons.
Pierson Fodé.
Can I read you the synopsis of this movie?
Uh-huh.
It's called The Wrong Paris. Okay. It stars Miranda Cosgrove and Pierson Fodé. What do you think it's about based on this poster? I texted it to you.
Where is it?
Here's not an ad, by the way.
The Wrong Paris. Oh, I heard The Wrong Heiress. Oh, she goes to Paris, Texas, obviously.
There you go. Okay.
I'm not stupid. It's like Austin, Boston from that movie with Tom Green.
Road trip.
Yeah. He's cute, Pierson Fodé.
So the premise on Wikipedia says, a single woman enters a dating show thinking it's in Paris, France, only to discover that it's actually in Paris, Texas.
I like that.
And the cast, when I went to the Wikipedia, I was texting you as I was on the Wikipedia because I was like snorting laughing. The cast, Miranda Cosgrove, Pierson Fodé, Madison Pettis, Torrance Coombs, Madeline Arthur, Francis Fisher, and Yvonne Orji are there for some reason alongside people named Hannah Stocking, Florian Hasek, Nika Toussaint, Kristen Park, Veronica Long, Amelia Baranak, Ava Bianchi, and Eric Cole Smith. I recognize like 4 of these names, right?
I'm not. Well, I was really laughing because you tweeted that, and then somebody responded with that iconic meme of the Japanese baseball player names. Have you seen this? You've seen this before. This is from a 90s baseball video game where a Japanese designer made up all the bunch of American names.
The one that looks like Jeopardy, kind of?
Yeah, and the names are like Sleeve McDial, Onsen Shimi, Bobson
Mike
Dog
Truck.
Nugget, Todd Gonzalez,
Carl Dandleton.
Tim Sandalale.
Jerome Gride.
Shown for coat. Okay, sorry. That reminded me of that. They're like, it is kind of when you say all those names together, just not one name is a name.
Yeah, but I tweeted from the Who Weekly account a photo of Torrance Coombs and Pierson Fodé, and I said, been doing this for nearly a decade, but sometimes Who names can still make me crash out. Because I could not believe the names Torrance Coombs and Pierson Fodé, both of whom are in The Wrong Paris, which is about going to Paris, Texas instead of Paris, France. Torrance, spelled Torrance. Coombs, spelled Coombs. Pierson Fodé, spelled Piersonfodé. Accent aigu, is that what that is? That's the accent aigu, I
It is
believe.
accent aigu. It's accent aigu.
Accent aigu. So I said, Lindsay, don't look up, when we make this doc, Lindsay, Timmy, don't look anything up about Pierson Fodé and Torrance Coombs because I want to make a quick, easy little game to play to
I'm so
make
ready.
this segment make sense.
And just to be clear, I know nothing about these men. I have not done anything.
I trust that you know nothing about them.
Can I say Fodé or Coombs?
No, you're gonna have to say the full name. So when I ask you a question, you're gonna have to say Pierson Fodé or Torrance Coombs, and you're gonna have to do it with the French accent aigu. Okay.
Okay, and all I know is that these are 2 white guys with blonde eyes and kind of significant eyebrows and nice hairlines.
2 white guys with you said blonde eyes.
Blue eyes, brown hair, nice eyebrows, and a good hairline.
They do both have nice eyebrows. Yeah.
And a good hairline.
Okay, who's older, Torrance Coombs or Pierson Fodé?
Torrance Coombs.
Correct. Who's Canadian, Torrance Coombs or Pierson Fodé?
Pierson Fodé?
Torrance Coombs. Who grew up on a farm, Pierson Fodé or Torrance Coombs?
Fuck. Torrance Coombs.
No, Pierson Fodé.
No!
Whose middle name is, hilariously, Dane? Torrance Coombs or Pierson Fodé?
Pierson Fodé.
Pierson Dane Fodé, that's correct. Who dated Victoria Justice? Torrance
What?
Coombs or Pierson Fodé?
Pierson Fodé.
Correct. Who's been divorced from a Miss USA winner? Torrance Coombs or Pierson Fodé?
Torrance Coombs.
Torrance Coombs. Who has 2 Daytime Emmy nominations? Torrance Coombs or Pierson Fodé?
Pierson Fodé.
Correct. Whose breakout role was for a character named Thomas?
Torrance Coombs.
Both of them.
No!
Both of them had breakout roles in which they played men named Thomas. Whose
funny.
IMDb begins with the sentence, quote, 2022 is the year blank became one of Hollywood's most sought-after movie stars. Torrance Coombs or Pierson Fodé?
Torrance Coombs.
Pierson Fodé, who's been in 4 Unwrapping Christmas movies titled Unwrapping Christmas, Olivia's Reunion, Unwrapping Christmas, Lily's Destiny, Unwrapping Christmas, Mia's Prince, and Unwrapping Christmas, Tina's Miracle. Torrance Coombs or Pierson Fodé?
Pierson Fodé.
No, Torrance Coombs.
Damn it.
And then finally, because I want to get this over with, who is followed by both Parvati Shallow and Suleika Shyamalan on Instagram? Torrance Coombs or Pierson Fodé?
Torrance Coombs.
Torrance Coombs. As a side note and a conclusion to this quiz, Pierson Fodé is followed by, weirdly, Billy Baldwin and Melissa Joan Hart.
Perfect.
Well, I thought it was interesting because Torrance is the older one, and for some reason his fan base skews younger on Instagram, and Pierson is the younger one, and his fan base skews older on Instagram, and I found that weird.
But your scientific skews is from who we follow on Instagram.
We follow people of all ages. Don't you think it's interesting that the older guy is followed by Suleika and Parvati,
Sure.
the younger guy is followed by Billy Baldwin and Melissa Joan Hart?
Yes. I think that's quite interesting and odd. Yes. Do we have to do, I think we got enough biographical information about these 2 men, but are we going to do the Miranda Cosgrove Who Are Them? Because I think we've done it before. She's a who.
She's a who, for sure.
Yeah.
no
That's a
question.
nostalgic. She's a nostalgic girl.
That's easy. I do like that she's sort of, Lindsay Lohan has graduated or regraduated back into kind of like feature film stardom with an actual hit right now. And I feel like she left an opening. Not that I feel like Netflix is just sort of like a huge chasm where you could just keep adding more garbage and garbage and garbage and garbage without it running out of space. But it's interesting that Miranda Cosgrove is doing more of these Netflix movies.
Well, it is funny because a lot of the other girlies have been snatched up by Hallmark or Lifetime. That's true. Like Lily Chabert and stuff. Lily? No.
Lily
Lacey
Reinhart.
Chabert.
Lacey Chabert.
Lacey Chabert, not Lily Reinhart.
Yeah.
She's doing real movies.
Yeah.
Lacey Chabert, they've been snatched up. So Netflix, you're right, they need their own girlies. And Lindsay was kind of that girl because they made that deal. But now that Lindsay's doing Freaky Friday and it's doing well, I feel like she can get out of the Netflix thing, or maybe she's already out of it.
Yeah, because I feel like Miranda has sort of graduated from her last big Netflix movie. What does that mean? Was that movie last year where she played the daughter of Benjamin Bratt and Brooke Shields? So she was kind of the third lead, and they were the stars. They were like the anchor tenants. And so here she is sort of leading this movie. So it's like, okay, you can have one on your own, girly. Okay, Miranda Cosgrove.
It's all yours.
I want to be famous.
Avoiding your unfinished home projects because you're not sure where to start? Thumbtack knows homes, so you don't have to. Don't know the difference between matte paint finish and satin? Or what that clunking sound from your dryer is? With Thumbtack, you don't have to be a home pro. You just have to hire one. You can hire top-rated pros, see price estimates, and read reviews, all on the app. Download today.
Every week on the Moth Podcast, you'll hear true stories from some of the funniest and most fascinating people in the world.
I had a deeply meaningful experience, something so real that I knew it was going to shape who I was to become for the rest of my life. I saw the Spice Girls on MTV.
To hear true stories from actors to astronauts to people just like you, follow and listen to The Moth on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Don't miss out. Global Poker is buzzing with nonstop action. From social poker and slots to exciting new tournaments and exclusive offers. Your friends are already in on the fun. Are you? Sign up today for your free welcome offer and unlock the thrill within. Play anytime, anywhere. And don't let your chance to redeem some serious prizes slip away. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. T&Cs apply.
I want to be famous.
Hello, Lindsay, Bobby, and Timmy. Long time, medium time. Calling to let you know that after many, many years of speculation, Cristiano Ronaldo and Georgina Rodríguez are engaged. After her famously being like, I don't need to be married, I don't care, and everyone else in the world being like, girl, you should get that ring. So anyway, yeah, talk about that. Thanks. Crunch, crunch.
Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the most famous athletes in the world of all time, right?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, yes. Definitely.
A soccer
yes.
player from Portugal who is just kind of unparalleled in terms of athletic fame and wealth. He is now engaged to his very, 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 very long time girlfriend / mother of 2 of his children, Georgina Rodríguez, thanks to what is the biggest, and this is no hyperbole, the biggest engagement ring I've ever seen in my entire life in terms of like stone size.
It's absurd.
It's the biggest engagement ring I've ever seen in my entire life.
I mean, it's absurd. It's like so big that it's absurd. Like I think it's so elaborate and big and nothing that anybody would ever like wear normally. That and it's so exaggerated. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. The New York Times wrote about it. They quoted a, quote, jewelry-focused social media influencer who said, to wear this stone regularly, you're going to need a finger reconstruction surgery. They equate it to a ring pop, and I think that's putting it mildly. It's enormous. It looks like it's at least, I mean, it's an oval shape, but the longer part of the diameter looks like it's an inch long, if not more.
Right. But also it's funny, like she has been joking about like getting engaged because she's been with him for 10 years or less than 10 years, maybe 9 years or whatever. They have 2 kids.
9 years.
They have 9 years because they met in 2016 at a Gucci store. She was working
where she
there.
Worked.
Perfect place for
It's iconic.
Them
it's a
meet.
Netflix movie in and of itself.
That's also why you literally would work at a Gucci store if you were a hot girl. You're like, okay, one day a hot guy will come in and maybe we'll date. So he has 3 other kids from other relationships. They have 2 kids together. They have 5 kids. It was kind of a joke online that he was never going to marry her in this weird way, but I feel I find that to be so fucking depressing. That joke. The girl is pathetic if she doesn't get engaged to in like a matter of 2 years, and then you're kind of like you just look stupid when it's like actually like if you get engaged after being together for a long time, it's actually faring a lot better for your relationship in the long run and your marriage like lasting longer. Duh.
When by all accounts they seem to have a very healthy and successful relationship despite not being married.
I mean, they're gonna have the most insane wedding though. So
it's gonna be crazy.
A reality show, and on the show her friends were always joking with her about the wedding.
Her reality show is still on Netflix. It has 3 seasons. I think it's getting a 4th. It's called Soy
Really?
Georgina. Yeah.
It's probably more popular internationally.
Yeah. She's from Buenos Aires, but she grew up in Spain, and she was living in Italy when she met Cristiano. And like she wasn't just working at a Gucci store. She was working at a Gucci store in Milano, and she's gorgeous. She was a dancer. Then she had to stop being an dancer because like getting training cost too much and she didn't have the money. Then she was a model because she's beautiful. Then she worked as an au pair. Then she got this job at a Gucci store, probably while she was doing other things. I think she was probably doing multiple jobs at once. But then she met Cristiano Ronaldo, and it was like instantly like, okay, my life is this now. And they had a baby within a year because they had a baby in 2017 and they met in 2016.
And she appeared at the Met Gala earlier this year. This was her first year doing it. So she's giving fashion. She's going full fashion mama.
And she also was on the cover of,
Vogue
kind
Saudi
of interestingly,
Arabia.
she was on Vogue. Yeah, she was on Vogue Arabia in May, and they did the thing. God, journalism is falling apart all around us. But here's further proof of this.
Oh, where he interviewed her.
He interviewed her. It's so fucking stupid.
It's Vogue Arabia, the Saudi issue, because he plays for the Saudi team. He plays for whatever the soccer team is, football team is there.
And in that interview, which was in May, he referred to her as his wife. But they'd done this in the past. It wasn't the first time. Like, they've been together so long that I guess it's sort of like just a term of endearment for each other. They are each other's spouse, but they are not officially each other's spouse yet. They will be, however, because now they are engaged. This ring, I can't get over it.
It's just so exaggerated. I mean, did you say how much they guessed it would cost or whatever? It's like
Someone guessed in the New York Times $5 million.
35 carats.
Yeah, 35 carats and $5 million.
She said it looks similar to Mariah Carey's 35-carat emerald cut engagement ring in 2016 from her billionaire ex-fiancé James Packer.
I remember that ring, and this ring looks so much bigger than that ring, and that ring is iconically huge.
Right.
You
this
know,
is
like
bigger.
This ring is absolutely nuts. But then remember, James Packer was a really shitty guy, and they got engaged really quickly.
Well, but this is when in 2016 is when they also Georgina and Cristiano also met each other then too.
Right, but they waited 9 years to get engaged.
All right, so these two are engaged. They're gonna have a crazy wedding. There'll be so much attention on the wedding. That's kind of exciting, I think, and we'll get to like be a part of that.
This just in. Entertainment Weekly. Country singer Carly Pierce taken to ER over ranch bottle injury. Quote, BRB avoiding all ranch. The slug, a not-so-savory incident. What? Anywho, I'm going to bed.
Country singer Carly Pierce taken to ER over ranch bottle injury. BRB avoiding all ranch. Oh my stars. Crunch, crunch.
Carly Pierce is like a terminally online country diva. Like she really is like posting so many TikToks, posting so many Instagrams. I was just listening up to one of my favorite podcasts, KFM Country Radio. Sam Buck is the host, and he was talking about how she was like going off about like how her fans were being like, when they see her in person, they're like, you look so much better in person than in photos. And she was like, do I look bad in photos then? Is that what you're saying? Like she went off, my accent's so bad. She went off on her Instagram being like, so you're saying I look bad in photos? And it's like, girl, chill the hell out. You are crazy.
The last time we talked about Carly Pierce, wasn't it when she was posing in a parking lot and like space 666 and people were like, is this satanic? And she was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but even the fact that she even answered that is like, she was like,
Because
first
she's
of all,
online.
this was the parking spot for my tour bus at CMA Fest, and I believe it is 668. I'm a devout Christian who takes pride in using my platform to point people towards Jesus. Sorry for my pee pops that are just going to happen because she said pee so many times. Yeah, that was the last time we talked about her. She denied Satan.
She went on TikTok, and I mean, you can either have podcast mouth and tell a weird random story on someone else's podcast, or you could just have a TikTok. Make a get ready with me video where she has a huge injury on her thumb, and she's explaining why she has a huge bandage around her thumb. And the reason is because the night before, she opened a glass jar of ranch. It shattered in her hand and sliced her thumb open to the extent that she needed stitches and had to go to the hospital.
And I have to say, I'm very impressed because I feel like this got incredible pickup for her. Like this, like we are laughing. So like obviously
it's so
a
country.
great, it's such a funny headline and it's so country. It's so clicky in a funny way, like a quirky way. Because even if you don't know who she is, you're kind of like, that's a funny story. And I think she really knew that. I think she said, let me do a whole freaking thing. And then I know that it'll get play.
What I think is kind of interesting is that there's something a little bougie about ranch out of a glass bottle. Oh. She's not using squeezy Hidden Valley.
You're calling her not country? You're saying she's not country enough because she's using a ranch bottle?
I'm just calling her a little bougie.
Do you think she's like getting that ranch that's like homemade, like
what's the one that's
organic?
Like Terrapin Ridge or Terrapin Farms? Because you know when you go to the grocery store and there's like, you're scanning all the prices of dressings and you see all the
fancy dressings.
The fancy dressings are always like twice as much as like a fucking Hidden Valley or a Newman's Own. And then you get the glass bottle ranch and it's never even that good.
That's what I was just going to say. For other dressings, I'm like, okay, I'm interested in like a
I love your southern accent. It's so funny.
I'm interested in like something else. But like for a ranch, I want the nastiest, most preservative filled. Like I want the down and dirty. I want it to taste like ranch. I don't want it to taste, because ranch is what, mayonnaise and herbs. It's like you want it to taste like ranch. That's like what it should taste like. Yeah.
It's like mayonnaise-y, sour creamy with like a really heavy, like almost like dill and an onion flavor.
And if somebody's making it homemade or better in like a glass jar, I don't really trust that to taste like ranch.
Yeah, no.
That's going to be something else. So you're saying, that's funny that you're saying like Miss Carly Pierce, like from the from the homeland, Miss Paris, Texas.
Miss Paris, Texas pours ranch out of a glass bottle.
jar.
It's very that Pace salsa commercial where the cowboys find out their favorite salsa was made in New York City and they get offended because Pace is made in San Antonio. Although I think now it is made in New York State. But the issue is you want something that's country. And a glass bottle is kind of not country.
This ain't paste pecani sauce. What's the difference? Cookie. Paste pecani sauce is made in San Antonio with fresh vegetables and spices by people who know what pecani sauce is supposed to taste like.
This stuff's made in New York City?
New York City?
I'm crying because did you know, and I didn't know this last time we talked about her, or maybe we did say this, you know her birth name is Carly Christine Slusser?
I don't remember if we mentioned it, but it is the sort of thing we would. That's funny.
Country. Why didn't she keep that?
Carly Slusser?
If her name was Christine Slusser or whatever, I would not question her ranch thing once. I would say, she's country.
That girl from Taylor Mill, Kentucky is country. Although there is something sort of like, I'm still country, I just have a little more money. Like, I'm still eating ranch. I'm still dipping all of my shit in ranch, but it's coming from a glass bottle. And this ranch costs $7.99, not $1.99, you know?
She is like, get ready with me. Here is like this whole to-do that elevates my relatability via this platform. Like, I'm just a down-home girl who's the same as you. I'm going to cut my finger on a bottle of ranch, you know?
I didn't see it until it was already a story, but I can imagine that if I came across this organically, I would have been like, everyone's going to write about this. This is so fucking funny because the headlines are ridiculous. The headlines are clicky because it's like you don't quite know how bad the injury was in a headline where it's something like country star Carly Pierce rushed to ER with gruesome injury from ranch dressing bottle. You're sort of like, did someone break it? And then she stepped up. Like, how did this happen? It's very intriguing. But then you realize that the story is actually quite simple. She just twisted it open and it cut open.
Well, you're so right, though. It's so much more likely that she broke it and then stepped on it than what happened to her.
That's what I thought.
That she kind of, because like that's more hurting yourself.
You break a piece of glass in their kitchen, I'm terrified for 6 weeks.
I know, but also Bobby will somehow step on it even though you cleaned it up fully. Like Bobby will find the piece of glass that is left.
I'll lose a pint of blood. I'll be like, Lindsay, when did you drop a mug? And she's like, in October.
I'll be like, months ago, and I've cleaned that area so many times since and walked on it with bare feet. But he'll have like a huge shard. It's like shoved up. No, that
the
hasn't
shards.
Happened.
It hasn't happened. I'm surprised it hasn't happened.
Me too, honestly. All right, well, shout out to Carly.
Have I ever injured myself in your apartment? Probably.
Oh, you hit your head against my light once. You've done it.
Although I'm always hitting my head on lights.
But I'm like, how do you find these ways? You really just find new ways to injure yourself.
Right. No, I hit my head against 2 of your lights. I'm remembering. It's all coming back. I love the Daily Mail's take. They just posted a photo of a stock photo from Shutterstock of a glass unlabeled bottle of ranch.
With no label.
No label. They found it on Shutterstock. And it's just quoting her Get Ready With Me. And so the caption of a photo of a ranch bottle is, I was getting ready to eat dinner after my show, and I went to open a bottle of ranch dressing that was a glass bottle. When I went to open the bottle of ranch, it snapped off and a piece of glass cut my thumb. That's the caption for a photo on the Daily Mail.
So good. It's so good.
Hi, Who Weekly, long time. Variety did a Power of Young Hollywood issue, and it's like a bunch of kind of up-and-coming Who's, and I recognize most of them, but who is Sombr? Sombr. I've never heard of that person in my entire life. There's a lot of Who's, but in this thing, but I just don't know who that is. Okay, love you guys. Anywho, I'm going to bed.
I've heard the guy's big song, obviously, because it's like big song right now. You can like experience it pretty passively. But I first came across this person's name and like face and whole vibe because a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago, there was a Daily Mail article about how he was spotted with Addison Rae. And if a headline has Addison Rae in it, I'm going to click it. And the headline is Addison Rae sparks dating rumors with singer Sombr, Sombr, during night out after starring in singer's music video. And the photo of the two of them together is really funny because you get like 2 versions of like trending fashion, which is that this tall, skinny guy is wearing like oversized clothes, like a gigantic shirt and like the biggest jeans you've ever seen. And Addison Rae is wearing like a little teeny tiny little dress skirt that is so little tiny teeny that she kind of looks like that Chloe Grace Moretz Family Guy meme where she's like holding the pizza boxes.
Yep. Oh, I know. With the long legs?
With the long legs. But he is, in fact, a huge up-and-coming singer, probably more broadly famous than Addison Rae at this point. Do you think that's a crazy thing to say?
That he's more famous than Addison Rae? Ugh, that's so hard to tell. That's like an impossible thing for us to be able to figure out.
In terms of monthly listeners on Spotify, he has 4 times as many.
But she's more famous than him. Okay, here's what it is. She's more famous than him, but he is a more popular musician than her.
No, okay, that's true. That's true.
Because I'm like, do you know
That's
what
true.
his real name is? No.
Only because I
This is
did.
shame.
Only because I looked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, could you sing one of his songs? No.
No, but I'd clock it. I clocked that one that's
Back to
currently
Friends?
everywhere. Yes, Back to Friends, which I'll play you.
He's ripping off Maddie Healy so hard.
Maddie Healy trickled down Frank Ocean to like it's.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
But yeah, this is him, Shane Michael Boos.
And it's not that his artist name is Sombr
Mhm.
with no E, but he's not hiding his face, nor is he's not a secret. It's not like one of those things where it's a
No.
moniker and then he's kind of secret. It's like he's very much in the video. And
Right.
he's cute.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like the thing that says everything you need to know about this guy is that he's from New York City and he went to LaGuardia High School, just like Timothy Chalamet and so many other famous people, right? Like he went to LaGuardia High School.
Yeah, he probably wanted to be an actor and then was like, I'll sing, I guess.
Yeah, which is the most classic thing in the world.
Totally. He taught himself music production during the pandemic and built a bedroom studio at age 14 because he is 19. His new music video stars Addison Rae and they were spotted together kind of in like a sexy way and people are like, are they dating? Are they dating? But I'm also kind of like, she might
it's
be
more
just like
music.
doing him a favor to hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Or like it's cool for her to be with him too.
Right. They probably enjoy each other's company while at the same time knowing that if they are photographed together, it gives them both pretty good positive attention.
God, you know, it's funny. He looks like a Stranger Things kid grown up who decided he's going to do music. That sounds like
Which happens.
1975.
Which happens. Who's the one who grew up and said, I want to do music now and is probably arguably going to be more
Keery.
famous
I'm
being
obsessed
music.
with him.
Yeah, and Joe Keery is
Keery.
probably going
I
to...
love his ass.
In 10 years' time, going to be better known for being a musician than he was for being an actor.
Yeah, no, he's yeah, and this guy's giving more British. He looks like a guy Alexa Chung would have gone after. You know,
You keep Oh my God! You keep thinking of Maddie Healy, and I think that's sort of clouding your
No, but this guy's more Britishy than Maddie Healy in looks. But yes, okay, totally. But this doesn't. Come on, tell me you couldn't see Alexa Chung dating this guy like 10
Of course
years
I
ago,
could.
20, 15.
Is
I don't
she
know. I
still
forget how
with
old she is.
what's his?
Yeah, she is.
God, what's his name? I love him.
Hunk
Oh.
ass, yeah, his hunk ass.
God, what is his name? I'm so obsessed with him, and I can't remember his name.
Hey Siri, who is Alexa Chung's boyfriend?
What are you doing next to a Siri? Oh, you're at your parents' house.
Hey Siri.
Tom Sturridge. Holy
Hey,
shit.
Tom Sturridge. Okay.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Holy shit.
I mean, I'm looking at photos of the two of them together, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. You know, he was in my beloved Irma Vep television show. That's actually
Stop.
the reason I love
Stop
Tom
saying my
Sturridge
beloved
as,
Irma Vep.
The reason I love Tom Sturridge as much as I love Tom Sturridge is because of Irma Vep television show, not even Irma Vep movie.
Bobby's thing is like he will hate an actor, but if they're in some random show that like like two people are watching that he loves with other old people in it, he'll be
God,
like,
have you seen-
I love them for
Have you
life.
seen
or,
Irma Vep?
or Mrs. Eris Goes to Paris. That
Mrs.
also.
Eris Goes to Paris. Oh, the French guy in Mrs. Eris Goes to
Yeah,
Paris.
he's so good. We love him, even though he's dating Shailene Woodley. Anyways, we're talking about a 19-year-old. How does it feel?
I hate it. This is why I'm talking about anything else. Who do you think is more famous on famousbirthdays.com? Sombr or Addison Rae?
Sombr.
I thought you were going to say Addison Rae because what you said is true.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I went against my own. Addison Rae is more famous, but he is a more popular musician.
Yes. Addison Rae is number 42 on famousbirthdays.com.
Oh.
Sombr is number 111.
Okay.
Addison Rae has fewer Spotify listeners than Sombr. So exactly what you said is true in the data.
Because Sombr's music is like elevator music for
Yeah.
2025, you know?
Yeah.
And
Right.
Addison, sorry, but no one can fucking handle how transgressive her music is.
Addison's starting trends, not following them.
Yeah, exactly. New York, I love you. New York, I love you. Love you, New York, love you. Yeah, he was born in New York, but she wrote the fucking only New York anthem that matters. Okay? No one's doing this. You know who's not doing it? Sombr. He wishes he had the freaking Riz our girl Addison Rae has. And we are not biased because we are women and gay guy.
We are women and gay guy. Is it reductive to say that him going to LaGuardia High School, which is a performing arts high school in New York City, answers a whole lot of questions about this person and who he is? It doesn't imply nepotism. It doesn't imply privilege because it is a public high school, but it does imply I'm a teenager who is emerging onto the scene with so many connections and so much sort of like honed skill, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I think that that's actually kind of interesting and unique in this country, right? A specific high school that is a public high school that can springboard you to pretty immediate success.
Yeah, I agree. It's like talent scouts are going there, being like, these hot New York. This is us. Like when we go to LaGuardia, we're like, who in here is going to be the next person we talk about on Who Weekly?
Yeah. Okay, let's move on.
I want to be famous.
Ready to level up? Chumba Casino is your playbook to fun. It's free to play with no purchase necessary. Enjoy hundreds of online social games like blackjack, slots, and solitaire anytime, anywhere with fresh releases every week. Whether you're at home or on the go, let Chumba Casino bring the excitement to you. Plus, get free daily login bonuses and a free welcome bonus. Join now for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Play Chumba Casino today. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21+. TNCs apply.
The Disney Plus Hulu HBO Max bundle. Plans starting at just $16.99 a month.
No one will ever break us apart.
Catch Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts: The New Avengers on Disney Plus.
You can't escape the past.
Alien Earth on Hulu.
This ship collected monsters.
And Final Destination: Bloodlines on HBO Max.
Death is coming for our family.
The Disney Plus Hulu HBO Max bundle. Plans starting at $16.99 a month. All these and more streaming soon. Visit Disney Plus Hulu HBO Max bundle.com for details.
I want to be famous.
Hey, BLT, long time. Adrienne Curry from ANTM fame. She bakes herself a cake for her birthday, but what I really need you to talk about is the top of her refrigerator. Just go to her Instagram and you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, crunch.
I don't like this woman. I don't like talking about her. She bums me out as a former fan of hers because of America's Next Top Model. Adrienne Curry, who has devolved from famous model to kind of like, how do you put this? Politically upsetting freak. Like, what do you say?
You are more of an ANTM head than I am. So like you have more of kind of an Adrienne Curry.
She won.
Sure, but remember then she like had her reality show era. She was dating Danny Bonaducci. And now she's kind of like a prepper. Is that what's going on here?
She didn't date Danny Bonaducci. She dated what's his name from the Brady Bunch.
Danny Bonaducci. What's his name?
She dated Peter Brady, and they had like a VH1 show. Christopher Knight.
And they had a VH1 show, and then he had a patio furniture line.
Yeah.
So much has happened in the history of the world, you know? So it's crazy too because she's 43. She's not even much older than us.
Yeah.
She's done so much. And now she's like, oh, I'm a gray-haired, like 40-something diva who like lives in a messy kitchen and is just like so happy and making like my own cake or whatever. What's her brand now?
Her brand is, I used to be a thing, now I'm a prepper, and I really like Donald Trump.
And she's living in Montana and being like, I'm baking a cake and being embarrassing.
Exactly.
But she's also selling Avon makeup on her website, which also killed me.
Yes. She posted this photo of her baking herself a cake. And the caller said, look on top of her fridge. And I was sort of like, I don't want to look at Adrienne Curry's Instagram. I don't like this woman. She's upsetting to me. And there's this photo of Adrienne Curry holding up what looks like, what is that, a German chocolate cake? I think it is a German chocolate cake. And she's holding up this, frankly, hideously frosted German chocolate cake. And she's smiling. I hate German chocolate cake with a passion. It
You
absolutely
do.
disgusts me. Oh my God, I hate
You
it so much. It's
do.
my
Why
mom's
do you hate
favorite
German
cake. It's my mom's favorite cake, and every time, and for her birthday, she would have it, and I hated it so much, and I love cake, and I cannot
Why?
eat it. It's too many nuts. Cake should not have that many nuts, if any nuts. I'm okay with nuts and baked goods, but like in a cake, nasty.
What's in it?
You've never had a German chocolate cake? It is a pretty southern thing.
I've had a lot. Yeah, I don't think so. They're putting nuts between every layer?
Yeah, because it's in the frosting.
No, I've never had this. This is nasty. Wait, so they're sorry. Because I love chocolate cake, so I'm like, how could a chocolate cake be bad? But I'm thinking this is probably so much texture. Like each layer has the buttercream and the nuts, buttercream and nuts, buttercream and nuts, and then so you're biting into this thing. If you're going all the way down, you're getting like a mouthful of nuts.
Yes.
What are these pecans? Pecans?
Yeah.
Pecans?
A lot of pecans. German chocolate cake. It has nothing to do with Germany.
Well, it's giving doo-doo a little bit because it's really chunky.
Yeah, it's gross.
It's a little chunky. It's giving a little doo-doo pie.
It's a uniquely Texas cake.
Oh, that's why it's a
It's
Texan
very
thing.
Texas. I think it's and it's not German at all. I used to think it was German growing up, but it's German is, I'm probably getting some of this wrong, but I'm not going to look it up, but it's like the brand of chocolate that was originally used when the recipe came out in like, it's very mid-century. No, it doesn't look like the sort of thing you'd bring to a potluck that also included a Jell-O mold with a bunch of shit floating in it. Like it's very like mid-century cookbook coded, and it used a brand of chocolate that was called like German's chocolate or something like that. German's baking chocolate or something. That's why it's called German chocolate cake, but it is in fact American and Texan. So she's holding up this disgusting cake that is so triggering for me. And if you look in the background, there's her fridge covered in spices. She has those magnetic spice jar holders, and you're like, well, that's a lot of spices on her fridge. And then your eyes go further up, and there are dozens of chip bags, full chip bags. They look like she is using chip bags as insulation to fill a hole in the wall. Like there are so many chip bags shoved into the empty space above her fridge that you're like, what's going on here? And then you remember Adrienne Curry is a prepper. Of course she's got a bunch of chips.
Yeah, if I was a doomsday prepper, the first thing I would do is load up on chips.
Yeah. And then your doomsday pro would be like, Lindsay, like, I think you're getting this wrong. Like, you should actually load up on canned food.
And I'm like, you're supposed to tell me that after the apocalypse happens, I'm eating beans and canned food? No, I'm wanting chips. I'm like I need to, and when the chips run out, I'll die. I don't care.
Beans are maybe my favorite food. So beans and chips would be slay for me.
I like beans too, but I want chips.
Beans and chips? Oh, I'm in heaven. The world's falling apart around me, and I'm like, ooh, more pinto? Black? Cannellini?
It's funny that she's a doomsday prepper, but kind of bad at it. That's like iconic to me, actually.
She's using up all of her chocolate, all of her pecans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so that's what the caller is calling about.
That's what the caller's calling about. I do like this caller is zooming into the background of this photo that she posted.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, some of them are Dots. I'd recognize that bag any day. Dots pretzels, Garden of Eden tortilla chips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
You think
8,
she's
9,
got good
10, 11,
snacks
12,
in there?
13, 14, 15.
I'm not seeing Cheetos. I'm not seeing Doritos.
No,
I'm not seeing. I'm seeing like Goldfish.
They're
No,
they're mostly Craven brand, which I've never heard of. Alpine potato chips, but then occasionally you see a brand that I'm familiar with, which include Dots, which aren't even potato chips. They're
the way that they're
pretzel.
spilling out from. You got to post this pic. They're spilling out from the top.
It's so fucking funny because if you look to the left, her kitchen is quite tidy, right? Like she just made a cake and her counter is clean. Everything looks clean and tidy. And then on the right, even organized spice rack, as I said, but the chips are sort of like, it's like when my mom told me to clean my room as a kid and I'd be like, okay. And I opened up a drawer and just shoved everything inside of it.
Yeah, no, it's giving like my kitchen organization where I'm just like shoving stuff in, but I'm not prepping. I'm prepping for like next week when I want to have some chips.
I have looked for a cup in your kitchen before, and when I opened a cabinet, I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah, that's where I keep all my chips. I have too many. My apartment has too many cabinets, period,
what's
though.
Going on?
And they're too high. So I'm not even like half that stuff I don't even see. You're opening a cabinet and seeing a cabinet. You're seeing a shelf I've never seen. That's why you're seeing that.
Okay. Original America's Next Top Model winner Adrienne Curry lives in Montana and sells Avon. All about her new life now. That is a recent People story.
She captioned her video, "Life as a has-been." And she said, "Do I get recognized living in Montana? Well, either people come up to me and they're sure as shit that we went to high school with each other, and they rattle off everyone they know in every school they've ever been to. And I'm too humiliated to say I used to be on TV because that just seems weird." I do think that for all the weird shit this woman says and does, that's the most kind of normal and interesting thing, because it's like so many celebrities get that, where they're like, if they're not that famous, someone will be like, "Don't we know each other? Didn't we go to high school together? Do you know my brother?" And it's like, I was on TV.
She was on TV for a long, like she milked that A&TM win for a decade, essentially, because she went from the height of America's Next Top Model, or the beginning of America's Next Top Model, to the peak of VH1, when every VH1 show was a pretty big hit, as embarrassing as they all were. Like, she went from the Surreal Life to her spinoff with the Brady guy. They got married, they got divorced, and now she's a prepper who sells Avon in Montana. It's a tale as old as time, y'all.
Kind of a classic thing to be doing.
Hey, Lindsay, Bobby, Timmy. Wondering what there is to know about Bjork's daughter, Isadora Bjarkar daughter Barney. She's a model, maybe. She looks crazy. Yeah, so I wonder what her deal is. Obviously never going to know how to say her name. But she looks interesting, so maybe you could look into it. Avia Tiongan, crunch, crunch, goodbye.
Iceland is sort of well known, some might say iconic, for doing a thing with names. They have something called patronymic and matronymic last names. Your last name says who your father or mother is. Your last name says who your parent is.
It's amazing. No, it's great. And half of that is like so they don't accidentally incest too. Because they're really all related. It's just a very small community of people in the country.
If Lindsay had a kid in Iceland, or if I had a kid in Iceland, our kid could conceivably be called either something Lindsay daughter or something Bobby daughter.
Lindsay daughter, Bobby daughter. It's awesome. No, it's awesome. It's just like, I just love, so like Bjork's daughter is Isadora Bjarkdóttir Barney, which is because Bjork is married to
Matthew Barney, the performance artist.
Barney. Exactly. So she's Isadora Bjarkdóttir. And I'm just like, Nepo babyism would be so fun if just like all the Nepo babies were named like Kaya Cindy Crawford daughter Gerber, you know, or like what's Reese Witherspoon's daughter's name again?
Apple Gwyneth daughter Martin.
Gwyneth
There's
daughter.
never a question. Or one we talked about last week, Sydney Kyle daughter Chandler. You know.
Kyle daughter. Yeah, it would be awesome. You would never be able. It would just be very clear and straightforward, and that would just be it.
Brooklyn Victoria's son Beckham. It's iconic, and we need to start implementing it in this country.
We actually do. Please. So what's the deal with 22-year-old Isadora Bjarkdóttir Barney?
She got press before this, but I would assume that the reason the person is calling is because she was written about in The Cut, because she is doing more modeling. She's been doing modeling for a few years now. She was also in a movie that we saw together, The Northman, which is about Vikings, so it kind of makes sense.
You're so right. She
she's in it.
was.
Yeah.
I forgot we saw The Northman in theaters.
Yeah, it was a good. I really liked that movie. I liked it more than fucking Nosferatu.
Oh, okay. Oh, because it was the same guy. No Nepo baby is doing it like Bjork's daughter. And I like that they didn't even put her name in the headline, but her name is Isadora Bjarkdóttir. So it's like they kind of did put her name in the headline.
Yeah. The 22-year-old Isadora Bjarkdóttir Barney, the daughter of Bjork and American artist and director Matthew Barney, has the unique distinction of being both types of Nepo baby. She's been acting, modeling, and making music since she was a teenager, but recently she checked off another milestone, opening a fashion show. It was during Copenhagen Fashion Week at Cecile Bahnsen's 10th anniversary runway show on Thursday, per People. And what's so funny and Bjorky about this, and honestly Matthew Barney-ish about this, because he is like a kooky, crazy performance artist and like movie director, well, like short film director. I wouldn't call his things movies. They're art. The runway that she walked down is like an abandoned parking lot, so it looks like she's walking around like essentially in a Bjork video.
Oh,
like this post-apocalyptic but still sort of sexy, weird, dreamy dump. It's
Right.
weird. She's wearing like Bunsen.
She's slaying.
We've never talked about her before, but she ticks all of these boxes of a nepo baby we would mention on this show because A, her parents are well known. B, she's doing something that's slightly askew from what her parents did, but still definitely like benefits from her parents being who they are. And C, she's denying the fact that she gets any help from being a nepo baby. It's so fucking funny, and I love that we're still doing this.
To be fair, Bjork famously hated the press and would like throw stuff at paparazzi and blah blah blah. So she really is kind
she
of
beat that one lady up.
Right, that's but she's so don't you think she's kind of taking after her mother in that way? She's being like, no, I don't give a shit about this. No, I'm not.
Oh my God, to add a funnier detail on this, when she beat up that reporter, they were asking about Isadora Bjarkdóttir.
No. Oh, that's so. I mean, then that's yeah. Well, that's nice because she's like, I don't want to talk about my daughter. Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah,
I'll beat the
they
shit
beat
out
her
of
up
you.
there. So she said when asked about like and I'm sort of like, we need to stop asking nepo babies about this, but I'm also like, I kind of like when they give the wrong answer, because when they give the right answer, it's so boring. But when they give the wrong answer, it is pretty funny.
It's interesting,
and
it
the
also
way
like
that they give the wrong
reveals
answer
a different
is always
way.
interesting.
Exactly, it reveals a different way.
This was aggregated by the Daily Mail, but I was like, she would never give a quote to the Daily Mail. This is from the Sydney Morning Herald in a profile from a couple of years ago. She said, I have the benefit of their direct support as experienced veterans in their fields, which I am so, so lucky to have. They're the first people I come to if I have an idea for a script or a project. They have so much guidance to offer. But then there is the other kind of benefit that disguises itself as a benefit but doesn't really serve you, which is nepotism. Financially, sure, it can get you super far, but in terms of one's own personal journey and covering how I see the world, how I relate to it, and how I like to share that with people as an artist, it doesn't really help you much. It's interesting. She's saying that nepotism can make you successful, but it can't really guide who you are as an artist or affect your point of view, which is an interesting, unique distinction, although...
But I would argue that it can guide your point of view because your point of view as a nepo baby is going to be very significantly different than an artist who's not.
Whose
And
parents
you
are
might
not
share
Bjork and
more-
Matthew Barney.
Yeah, and you might share actually some of that point of view with another person who has that same experience of being the daughter or son, artist daughter or son as a rich person.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll say.
Yeah. I mean, what I'll say is that we need to start calling Jamie Lee Curtis Jamie Lee Janet Daughter Curtis. So I do strongly urge everyone to watch the Jamie Lee Curtis Criterion Closet video because those videos
haven't
are
seen it
often
yet.
quite boring. Hers is like absolutely hypnotizing.
Wait, so are you back on Jamie Lee Curtis after her being so annoying at the Culture Awards?
Oh, she was so fucking annoying at the Culture Awards. I'm more intrigued by her sort of mania now than I was, let's say, during Everything Everywhere All at Once, because I do think she won an Oscar for maybe the worst performance of her career and definitely the worst performance of that Oscar race.
Well, I agree, but don't you think this is all the runoff of that, though?
Yeah. No one is doing it like her, and her being a Nepo baby is so foundational to her vibe, right?
Mhm.
Like,
I
she's
agree.
a Hollywood girl through
I
and
agree.
through, and that's what makes her Criterion Collection video, her Criterion Closet video, so interesting because
Mhm.
she's speaking as a film fan who was raised by two iconic, generationally important movie stars, and it's
Right.
and it's like such a unique perspective,
And
I
legacy is everything.
yeah, and I think there's a teaching moment there for other Nepo babies. Like, I know it took her a long time, and she did it in the most roundabout way possible. But like Jamie Lee Curtis, when she discusses her parents and her upbringing now, it's like listening to your grandfather tell a story about when they were a teenager. It's like, it's just fascinating, and you're like, wow, that is why you are the way you are, and isn't that cool? And isn't that special that there's someone who exists in Hollywood who has this lineage that spans, generations and eras of this industry? Like, it's cool.
Wow, you're really like folding back on your anti-Nepo baby bias by saying Jamie Lee Curtis is like a national treasure for her
Yeah,
nepotism.
in addition to giving the worst performance of the year Everything Everywhere All at Once came out, she gave the worst performance of last year in The Last Showgirl. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen on camera in my entire fucking life.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
You either like her or you
And
hate
yet
her.
I
It seems
think
like you have
I
a
don't
very
hate her.
nuanced opinion about her.
I don't hate her at all.
Our culture can't handle your nuanced opinion, okay?
I think she is a figure in movies that we should treasure.
Okay.
I like that everyone loves her because I do think she is worth appreciating. I just think that she sucks sometimes.
Okay. I didn't mean it to go this far.
Okay, let's just end this Thank you for listening to another episode of Who Weekly. Keep calling in at 619-WHO-THEM to leave questions, comments, and concerns for our Friday show. Support us on patreon.com/Weekly for bonus episodes, a Discord server, commentary tracks, and more. You can also get the audio only on Apple Podcasts. Just click subscribe within the Apple Podcasts app. And while you're there, please rate and review us. We love your ratings and reviewings. It also helps kick us up the charts so more people find our show.
Hey, kick us up the charts.
Kick us up the charts. We'll see you on Sunday if you're a subscriber, and we'll see you on Tuesday if you're not. But I think you should be, because it's going to be a good episode. We're going to be talking about the finale.
Taylor Swift's first podcast.
We're going to talk about Taylor Swift's first podcast, the last episode of And Just Like That, the last episode of the season of The Gilded Age, all sorts of stuff. We'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.
She went from the surreal life to her spin-off with the Brady guy. They got married, they got divorced, and now she's a prepper who sells Avon in Montana. It's a tale as old as time, y'all.
Kind of a classic thing to be doing.
Hi, Weekly. Long time. My husband and I are on vacation. We've had a glass or two of wine. We're sitting out on the deck, and we're talking about hot pop stars and whatever. We've been trying to figure out, he's been trying to tell me who this pop star is. He's been giving me clues. She's hot.
I was going to say she has big eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. She has big eyes. Big eyes, hot.
Pretty hot.
Pretty hot. And we narrowed it down. He's like, I don't know who this could be. And who was it? Who was it?
Tate McRae.
Crunch.
Hi, I was so pleased by yet another Bobby Lindsay dichotomy, duology, because when you guys were talking about Ana de Armas, Bobby, you said titillizing, and then you caught yourself and were like, haha, titillating. And then not 30 seconds later, Lindsay, you were like, yeah, she's being so titillizing with just and then you just kept going. And I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. That's why you get my, $5, $6 a month or whatever. I don't even know how much I pay. Yeah. I just was like, that's so funny. Crunch to Leanne Cuisine.
I got an Instagram ad for the Glorilla $4 unbeatable meal deal at Checkers and Rallies, and I have to agree that's the best price for all these meal deals, because Wendy's now does a 4 for $4.44 in most places. That all being said, can you who to them the entities of this meal? So I do want Glorilla herself, Checkers, Rallies. The difference between Checkers and Rallies is kind of the same thing, difference between Hardee's and Carl's Jr. And then the meal itself has a choice of one sandwich, but those sandwiches can be a double cheeseburger. It comes with more than a quarter pound of beef. Wow, that's a pretty good deal. A spicy chicken sandwich, and then only for a limited time, Glorilla's barbecue jack burger. I feel like that burger's the hooiest of this whole bunch. Then you also get French fries, pretty dummy in my opinion. A small icy cold, not ice cold, icy cold, 16-ounce soft drink. Drinks are dummy, soft drinks especially, but 16 ounces, I don't know about that. And then a cinnamon apple pie. I think that's pretty hooey. For all that 7 of these, I don't know. Anywho, I'm going to bed.
Hi, BLT. I was just, I had to pause the pod because my favorite thing about the podcast is how much Lindsay makes Bobby laugh. And his laugh at her jokes, it's so genuine and sweet. And that's where the best friendship shows. And I just I've noticed that and I wanted to articulate it to you. Crunch, crunch.
Why does The Life of a Showgirl sound like the name of a Countess Luann cabaret album? Crunch, crunch.